trip through the whole Alabama, from the corner to the slammer, from the top to the bottom. Let them know we right here, and we about to be a problem to the game this year. Hope they're ready for the storm, cause this is Rocket City, so we're ready to go to war. They just don't know when they took the chosen one, it ignited greatness to come out each one of us.
You to the interview of Rick Bradshaw.
That's right.
Mr. Concrete, Mr. Bringing Alabama Together,
That's
Mr. What's the word I want to say? He's the only magazine of the concrete branch that has a whole state. Most of the other ones is right city.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Maybe a couple cities at most. You actually got the whole state, so you got Concrete Alabama. Can you give me a rundown of the concrete franchise and give me a little bit of kind of what you know about how it started, and then give me a little bit about how you actually got into the concrete franchise and what made you bring it to Alabama?
Yes, I definitely can. That's a good question as well. I went to school at Tennessee State, which is in Nashville, and I spent quite a while up there. I actually originally went up there to get into the military. So I went to school at Tennessee State in Nashville.
Okay.
And you know, before I graduated, I was in ROTC here, actually at Huntsville High.
Okay.
And I always had this as a backup plan, because I never knew, you know, what was going to happen after high school. I didn't know if I was going to be able to get a scholarship, to get in college for that much, you see what I'm saying? So it was a backup plan for me, but I ended up taking advantage of it. My mom wasn't able to get Parent Plus loans, so I had to just, you know, I had to use the military as an option to be able to pay for school. So that's what brought me to Tennessee State, what allowed me to be able to go to school.
Okay.
While I was up there, you know, I was a reservist, so I was still drilling down here. But I spent probably about 10 years total up in Nashville.
Okay.
While I was up there, I found out about this little mini magazine. It's called Concrete Alabama. Well, it's called Concrete First, which it started in Nashville. That's where it originated.
Okay.
There's a couple other markets. There's Memphis, which was the second market. And then of course me, I'm the third, Alabama, which is the largest, like you said earlier. When I originally saw it, it talked to me because it allowed a platform basically for music.
Okay.
In Nashville, it was geared more towards an urban demographic.
Okay.
So they're really like, their tag is in the streets. That's our tag, honestly. We're in the streets because we are. It's hand-to-hand distribution. It's something that's very personal. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
I think that's another thing that distinguishes us as well. But I saw it, and I knew that, you know, our little city had talent and had enough talent to be able to fill this up for years. So once I, you know, really just started thinking about that and thinking about the production that goes on here, the artistry, you know, ghost writing, all these type of things, I decided, you know, I'm going to go ahead and bring this to Alabama. So whatever it takes to do it. And it was actually a pretty hard process trying to find the founder, find the owner of Concrete Nashville, and be able to sit down and get in a room with him to tell him what I wanted to do. So it took a while, man. I'd say it took probably about almost upwards of a year. I'd see the magazine distributed all these different places, and I'd always ask everybody to be familiar with the guy who distributes them in some of the street team, but it was hard to reach him. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy, man. I'm gonna get this to you because I haven't really talked to anybody about this before. But I created a business plan, and at the time I was doing security for a company in Nashville. I'm not gonna say the name, but it's a pretty big corporation. I was doing security. Actually one of my favorite jobs, one of the best jobs, the easiest jobs. I did it while I was in school. I did it on the weekend.
Okay.
But I came up with a business plan, a strong business plan. I came up with a PowerPoint, and I told myself that I'm going to get this man in a room. me, I'm all about perception because you only have you only have one time to make an impression. You see what I'm saying?
First impression, best impression,
Exactly.
last impression too.
Exactly. I wanted to let him know, look, I'm from a little small town from Huntsville, but we're growing, and I want to forecast what's going on. I'm looking at the next 3 to 5 years. There's talent. Huntsville's got talent. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, I put that PowerPoint together, and where I worked at was a pretty big corporation, like I said. So I was just thinking to myself, what's the best way to be able to present this, the best format, the best place, location. So I decided I want to do it there. So I used, actually, it was like a CEO conference room. A CEO conference room. I haven't had access because I do security, and I do it on the weekends so nobody's there. And it had like it would be just like you're doing a presentation in the corporate environment. It had a drop-down screen, it had monitors and things like that. I brought my laptop, hooked up it might have been like an HDMI connection or whatever. I put that PowerPoint there, and I had just became pretty good friends with a guy named C-Wiz. Now, a little bit behind him, he was the one who did UGK's Trill Ass mixtapes, the first mixtape that they ever did.
Okay.
So he did that, man. It's a long story with him, but I'm going to bring that to you guys because it'll be in the issue soon. He does our music reviews right now. His name is C-Wiz. He's been in the game probably about 20 years, but that's how he started with Pimp C and Bun B. They started very, very early from Texas, man, Port Arthur, and I think they sold 80,000 units independent. Now, I think that's at about $5 or $10, so you do the math on that.
Yeah, it made good.
Yeah, so it's actually, I'm glad I talked about that because I'm gonna bring that into the magazine. I want everybody to know about that. You see what I'm saying? Because it's actually part of the culture of our magazine.
I mean, I see his name, but I never really knew who he was. I know it was a reason that you had him, reviewing the music.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But I really didn't know how deep it was with the reviewer.
And he actually, right now, he's currently on 92Q. He's always been there. I'm not sure if he's on 101 The Beat, but he's definitely affiliated.
Okay.
He does quite a bit in Nashville. Like I said, 20 years down. He's an OG in it, man. Great advice. I look up to him as a mentor.
Okay.
But he happened to know the founder of Concrete Nashville.
Okay.
So after establishing that relationship with C-Wiz, I said, hey man, I need a huge favor. I need to get this guy in the room, and I want to be able to present my idea. And I want to take it seriously because I want to do this shit. You see what I'm saying? So we talked. He was able to get him. I got him up to the corporation. Keep my I'm in my security suit there, my security stuff. You feel me?
I wanna make a change, can't stop fucking hoe. Lord just bless they soul. Oh damn, I really can't do it no more. Louis on my clothes, really damn. I shine when the sun ain't bright. Y'all ain't wearing it right. Swag, oh damn, it must be me, cause y'all ain't looking like this, huh? Brightling on my wrist, got a bitch tits. I'm feeling like Max Payne. Really wanna talk shit? Nigga get hit, I'm feeling like John Wayne. Wish that I retire. Reefer keep me higher. My swag, talk a lot of shit, bro. Fuck y'all niggas, I'm a nympho.
Me, I'm authentic, bullshitted. Name that hustle, then I probably did it. Name that hussy, then I probably hit it. You fucking with it, and I bet I probably didn't, because we opposites and you octopus. I keep, cause you ain't get the proper push. I'ma ride till the wheels fall off. Before they stop this bus, I'm going back to selling Barbara Bush. So nigga, fuck your swag, this trill life. You won't never know what that feel like. Weirdo, we're gonna go this way. That shit don't feel right. Nigga, G side, G's up, 999, he ain't G enough. Real G's wouldn't be caught dead in a pair of jeggings. What is that, cheetah?
IDK, hey, maybe it's my age, maybe it's all these block girls, making all these niggas popular, and I just think they awkward, and I can't get that tat on my face, unlike y'all niggas, I got to work, and I go to work every day, so would it be a lie if I said that I got the work, but I do got photographers and mock the words that swap the words, and Twitter freaks on me on DM app, damn near 2005, the words that follow us cause we real niggas, and fucks with us cause we trill niggas, and we could be the same ill niggas with a meal that we was before we got the deal, niggas.
From the city where the skinny nigga die, where the innocent nigga get sentenced to life. Independent with some ice, you protect it with your life. Stay alive, I pay the ultimate price. Cause niggas around here, they ain't nice at all. Throw rims on cars, shoot dice and ball. I know pie rules and y'all rule pals. We don't even fuck the same type of bras. We don't even wear the same type of clothes. Your shoes will never see these 10 toes. You get toe tagged and decorate my light pole with a pair of your Zappados. Had a pistol on my waist to the spin mag. In the hood where they still sell 10 bags. When Crips the only niggas crip walk and get crippled out here trying to drip the swag.